The cheeky chappy thing was just an act. As you say, he's a jerk. He's always been a jerk. Yes, he's done some good things, but he has not acted appropriately, which is why his relationship with William had suffered well before he was with Meghan. The Lady Colin Campbell awards continue in just one moment. Who is her best royal? Who is her most improved royal? But we've got to start, Lady C, with your worst royal of 2024. Who have you gone for?
Oh, Dan, you have to know it has to be Harry. I mean, how Harry has demonstrated to the world that he is the antithesis of what royalty should be. He, you, it's inexcusable that he has not called out amid scabies lies about William and Catherine. Now, the fact of the matter is that 3 years ago, their race baiting caused a lot of problems in the Commonwealth. They don't really cause so many problems now. But amongst very uneducated, gullible segments of the population, they will still be amenable to being persuaded that the King and Catherine are really racist. So it is the height of irresponsibility and treachery that Harry has allowed this accusation to stand. Also, his whining, he's constantly whining, always whinging, and oh, I'm so hard done by, and anybody who criticizes me is a troll. No, Harry, they're criticizing you because you're a jerk. And it's about time that you started to behave the way you used to behave. And if that did, oh, please, Dan, these ghastly photographs of the dreadful people.
Sorry, Lady C. Do you know what I found fascinating, though? He is now becoming an angry man, isn't he? When he was on stage at that Deal Book Summit in New York, being interviewed by Aaron Ross Sorkin, and this was a softball interview, Lady C. No difficult questions, nothing about what's really going on with your father. How could you treat the late Queen like that? These were softball questions, but he got angry. He couldn't deal with the fact that sometimes he was being asked something that he didn't want to deal with. And I just thought, goodness me, your real personality now, you can't even cover it up in a 25-minute interview. I guess the public's beer goggles have come off when it comes to Prince Harry. We know the real Prince Harry. The cheeky chappy thing was just an act. As you say, he's a jerk. He's always been a jerk. Yes, he's done some good things, but he has not acted appropriately, which is why his relationship with William had suffered well before he was with Meghan.
But I think, Dan, everybody is an amalgam of positive and negative.
Of course.
And
me included.
Yes, and me too. I mean, we both of us have 1% negative, 99% positive, don't we?
Yes, of course. Of course.
At least that's what we'll say, whether it's true or not. But putting joking aside, Harry, I think, had an aspect of his personality that was more positive and was more empathetic. And I think that was genuine. And of course, the cheeky chappy bit was spun to an extent by the media and by the palace. But I think he did have virtues that Meghan has encouraged, by encouraging him to connect with his rage and to connect with his victimhood and to connect with his deprivation. the balance in his personality has shifted in the most detrimental way. But that's not, I don't think we should actually, in fairness to him, negate those aspects of his personality that were positive, because that's the way back for him as a decent human being. If ever he decides to use therapy wisely and maybe to get into a 12-step program where he will understand that spiritual rot requires spiritual regeneration, and blaming everybody for your failings and the fact that you have not had a perfect life is unrealistic. But I think he definitely qualifies as the jerk of, if not the century, certainly the year.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's move on to something more positive, Lady C. Who is your most improved royal of 2024?
It has to be Princess Beatrice. She is so chic now. She is so stylish. She is, and she behaves impeccably. I mean, I've only met her. I don't really know her, and I haven't seen her for ages. But she is, she has had a mixed reputation. Let's put it that way. And she was dowdy. She had some of the dress sense of her mother, but under the influence of dire. I mean, whatever Sarah's virtues, being well dressed was never one of them. But under her husband's ministrations, he's very chic, and she's become super chic, and also she does things beautifully when she does royal duties. And I would really like to see both those girls end up being fully fledged working royals. I mean, at the moment, they do things. I'm sure you know, Dan, that they do things privately and quietly,
Absolutely.
and some official things as well. For instance, during the Queen's Jubilee, there was an event at Windsor Castle for the Queen's Jubilee, and the Queen was not able to go because she wasn't well enough. And Beatrice stood in for her and conducted it wonderfully. But I think she's gone from being also she's older. She's old. She's matured well. So I would say she's the best improved of all of them.
But first, we've been told our whole lives that wrinkle creams were the easiest way to look younger. Now one doctor says that's nothing but old news. According to Dr. John Lake, the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, most wrinkle fixes on the market are nothing but glorified moisturizers. They hardly make a dent on your appearance, and some can even be harmful to your skin, he said recently. Dr. Lake has focused his attention away from mainstream cosmetic practices. Why? So that he can pursue a revolutionary anti-aging breakthrough, one that some experts say could empty the wallets of the cosmetic industry. It's almost like Photoshop for your face. You may even be mad after seeing how easy it is to visibly erase your wrinkles from view, Lake told reporters. His personal clients have dubbed his new do-it-yourself technique the age rewinder method because it can take years or even decades off your appearance in under 2 minutes. In light of this amazing breakthrough, Dr. Lake has released a step-by-step video to the public, free and uninterrupted, where he outlines exactly how to use this simple solution from home. If this helps even one person look younger or feel more confident, I'll be thrilled knowing I helped, Dr. Lake commented. The video has since gone viral, At first, it was shared by users on Facebook, but since then, it's racked up over 2.3 million views and counting. So far, the comments and feedback have been outstanding, with thousands of women reporting they look decades younger. One viewer even commented, "Best results of anything I've used. I can't believe how well this works. I'll never stop using this. I don't understand how it works, but the results are great. Thank you." Now, there is one thing Dr. Lake asks from his viewers. If watching this video helps you look and feel younger than you have in years, then please share this video with your friends and loved ones. Together, we have the power to help as many women reclaim a youthful look as possible. So just go watch the video, bhmd1.com/outspoken right now, or click on the link in the description box below. But now, back to the show. But what about your best royal to wrap up the Lady Colin Campbell Awards for 2024?
Oh, that's got to be Camilla, without a doubt. I mean, you have to admire a woman who never worked, who had no ambition to be anything but a good wife and mother and a good friend, and who had no desire for any professional accomplishments or to make her mark in the world. And at an age that everybody else has retired, often forcibly, she has had to have a new career, and she has done it wonderfully well. And I mean, and also the causes that she adopts, for instance, battered wives or osteoporosis. And I mean, she's just, I think, without it, and the way she stepped in with both the king and Catherine being ill, and undertook a whole load more engagements than really her health could stand, because she's an older woman. And not only is she an older woman, she's not as strong as people would like to believe that she might be. And she's stepped up to the plate in the most wonderful way, and she protects the king. And she's a vigilant guard dog. And I say that with utter respect, because you know how much I love dogs. So when I say it's not a put down, it is, she's just everything that is admirable.
Yes,
really.
Well, when Prince Harry, do you remember, flew in for publicity reasons in the hours after his father's cancer was announced to the world, you revealed right here that it was Camilla who only allowed Harry that very small window with his father at Clarence House because she didn't want him to be stressed out by the negativity. So I guess that's the sort of thing you mean.
Yes, she made sure that Harry would not be able to run riot and create havoc for his father. She is a wonderful wife, and she's a wonderful woman. And she also has a great sense of humor, and she's very well read. She likes books. That's something else that she does. But she's protective, and she puts family first, and she puts having a good and decent and happy life first. Meghan used to say, "I choose happiness." Well, she certainly showed us she chooses misery. But Camilla rarely, without saying it, chooses happiness. And she's a very positive human being. And I think she has protected the king to the extent she could. And that's what a good wife does, because Charles would possibly, without her, he would, if she wasn't there, Harry might find it easier because William will have nothing to do with Harry. And of course, so Harry would have a clear run on trampling his father into the dust if it were not for Camilla, because William wouldn't be there to protect his father. But Camilla is there to protect Charles, and I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, no, it
And
is.
but equally, she wants a good and happy family life. And I know that she, of all people, would be the one to say, if Harry did the prodigal son bit, I'm sorry, I realize I've done wrong. She would be the first person to say, open the door, let him back in, but because he is family, not meaning though that he would then be welcomed back as a working royal, because I think that's the past. And Harry has no place as a working royal now or in the future, because William wouldn't tolerate it, and nor would the British people.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We won't tolerate it because, Lady C, he can never take away the fact that he ruined the final years on Earth for the late Queen Elizabeth II. I'm sorry. One day that's going to be his cross to bear when finally he manages to consciously uncouple formally with Meghan, even though they've started to do a pretty good job of that. But he's still going to have to live with that guilt.
Yes, well, you have to have a conscience to have an awareness of guilt. I make that observation for what it's worth. But maybe one of these days he'll have a spiritual regeneration. And that's what the 12-step program is all about.
And that's why he
Admitting what
needs it,
he's
yeah.
done wrong and then making amends. But you have to actually, first of all, admit to yourself that you're not perfect and everything isn't everybody else's fault, and that you bear responsibility for your actions and for your state of being, especially when you are so privileged.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not how he views himself, is he? He's a victim, Lady C. He's a victim. But look, I have to thank you so much. What a brilliant set of awards. But also, it's been such a joy to have you part of the launch of Outspoken in 2024. Couldn't have done it without you. All of your steadfast support has meant the world to me. Of course, you are a YouTube sensation in your own right, so I feel like I'm just following in your footsteps, but it has been such a privilege to have you contribute regularly to the show. I know how much the Outspoken family of viewers appreciate it too. So have a wonderful Christmas at Castle Goring, and we will speak, I think, the first week of January.
Thank you, Dan. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too, and everyone else. I'm so delighted to see that you've got so many viewers. You're going to end up being one of the biggest things on the media. You wait for it.
Thank you, Lady C. Thank you so much. I so appreciate your support. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.